Uh? Huh? What is it? That person coming this way. What, that tall guy? Do you know him? Yeah, from a little while back. Mr. Yumioka over here. Eh? Oh? You're Gamyodo's manager, Mr. Yumioka, yes? Good to see you again. What? They knew each other? Miss Kurosuzu, what a coincidence running into you here. Gamyodo Yumioka? He's been trying to avoid eye contact with Mio since he noticed it was her. Something's fishy. He's a killer! How have things been since we last met? If she just stays with her training, she won't have to rely on cheating people anymore. Yeah, she has been keeping at it. Cheating people? Miss Kurosuzu, so glad to see you are doing well. I assure you it had no issues you need concern yourself with. What do you think, Mio? You gotta tell me what happened. A case for a while back, a family overseeing a reliquary came to us saying they were being investigated by someone suspicious. Investigated? A psychic named Suigen Gamyodo suddenly showed up. She said that she had a premonition that something terrible would happen and had to exorcise the temple immediately. Sounds like a cover for a burglary. After they notified the police, I was dispatched there by Paranormal Affairs. I inspected the place myself, but didn't see anything wrong, so I sent them away. He acted as Gamyodo's manager during the case. This is pretty suspicious. Apparently she was looking for something there, but I told her there's no excuse for fraud and sent her off with a scolding. And honestly, Gamyodo didn't even have so much spirit sense to speak of, which soured my mood on the whole thing. Right, so she was one of those types then. Well, she's involved in all kinds of stuff, so she may at least be knowledgeable about paranormal objects. But essentially, she's one of those fraudulent psychics that are so common nowadays. Like he's a little too nervous for just running into an acquaintance. If you have no further business with me, then I'll be on my... Oh, before you go, Gamyodo seemed to know a lot about paranormal objects. It will be a huge help if we could ask her about something. What might that be? Is she familiar with an ancient text called the Records of Fate Yin Scroll? Or anything about the descendant of an onmyoji named Seiman Tsuchimikado? I beg your pardon? Miss Kurosuzu, how do you... So you do know about it. I see. If that's what you're after, then that means... Hold it, don't tell me you're trying to snatch up some innocent schoolgirls this time. Stop right there. Huh? If it isn't Yumioka, what a pleasure to see you again. What? Mayu Chozawa, what are you doing here? Huh? Chozawa? This investigator here helped me out. You really did a number on me. What do you know, we just happen to have some business with Hihako ourselves. Why don't you join us? You can't do that much for us, can't you? You work for Hihako after all. Depending on how this conversation goes, I won't have to get the police involved. Huh? You work for Hihako? What's going on? There's really no way you can refuse though, is there? You two young ladies must be involved as well. Would you care to join us? I'm sure. Quite the few, isn't it? How long can you play dumb with this many people lined up and wanting answers from you? You'd better just give in and come clean with everything you know. Ugh. This lady, the fiancée of Hajime Yoshimi, the police officer. I'll have to talk to her about Hitomi. Yeah. Hitomi held the other talisman, right? I'll cut to the chase then. Are you the ones who killed Hajime Yoshimi? No, we did not. Don't try and play dumb now. If not you, then who? That much I don't know. While it is true that we are after the information he possessed, he was killed by someone else before we could acquire it, which forced us to target you instead, Miss Chozawa. And that's why you forced me to talk and why I end up with this curse, huh? Indeed, though I never thought you would escape. Well, it took a couple of miracles, but yeah, I got out. Me, I'm the miracle! And just what information did Hajime have you that you wanted? You really think you can get away without answering now? But we were introduced briefly earlier, but this flashy-looking guy is a private investigator. I thought they were only like that in TV shows, but I guess they're pretty intense in real life too. But Mio is amazing too, keeping her cool at a time like this. She must be used to dealing with adults by now. But the lady, she was only introduced as the investigator's client. She's cool. It feels like we wouldn't stand a chance against a full-grown woman like her. Excuse me, I had no idea that Gamyodo was connected to Hiyaku, so I'd just like to ask, was it Miss Yamamori from Hiyaku who obtained the records of fates and passed it on to Araishi? No, that was not the case. What? Oh, my mistake. Was it Suiden Gamyodo's doing then? No, it was not. We first learned of the records of fate from Mr. Araishi, so it's the other way around. So someone gave the records of fate to Araishi, then Araishi triggered everything from then on. It was then that Miss Yamamori gained an interest and extended a contract to compensate him in return for his research and findings. Then who was it that activated the Feast of Shadows to call for the Curse of the Seven Mysteries? I give you my word that we had no part in that. We had learned from Araishi beforehand that something would happen at midnight last night, that is all. Hey, there's no way that's true, stop lying! I must ask you to please refrain from violence. Hold on, Yako, it's alright. The minute I learned that Gamyodo was none other than the queen of Hyaku herself, I felt that was the case. She doesn't have strong enough spirit sense for it. Oh, gotcha. While it was somewhat shameful, if you require proof, then so be it. What? So that talk of supernatural powers was just hot air? I don't think she has zero spirit sense, but even Yako here has more than her. I do? Also, the spirit power lingering in this park has been bothering me for some quite time. The person who died here must have had considerably powerful spirit sense. If they were a Hyaku employee, then maybe they should have one-to-one running things. My, to think Shogo Kie was so talented. At any rate, Hyaku wasn't the mastermind behind exposing the record of fate to the world and initiating the Feast of Shadow. I think we can be sure about that. Alright. Excuse me, are you new to all of this too? Oh, I guess I'm kind of just tagging along. Me too. Let's make sure to not get in the way, shall we? Right. Now then, I've come to hand over the Haunting Clapper's curse stone like I promised. A curse stone? Thank you, I have to admit it, I'm surprised that you are a man of your word. But first, I've got questions about the curse stones you already have. What exactly do you want to know? Earlier you said that Hyaku have collected 6 curse stones already. 6? I'd like to confirm which of the 7 mysteries they correspond to. And why do you need to know that? Because I don't trust, of course. If you really collected them like you said, you'd have no problem saying which cursed stones they are, right? First, the Whispering Canal. Mayuchizawa over there has the beckoning light. Yep, you were the one who made sure I got it. What? Unfortunately for you, I don't feel like handing it over. So I don't think it counts as one of yours. Ugh. Good to know. Anyway, do continue. Next, there's the ever-burning lantern which we gave to Hideki Araishi. What? So you consider that one of Hyaku's then? Whatever, we'll worry about that later. That's 3. What about the others? Well, the others are the Foot Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. That's lie. And lastly, the Fool's Procession, if I recall. So you claim, how about it, mademoiselle? That's wrong. Those 3 are with Inspector Tsutsumi. I gave the Fool's Procession to him myself, so I know he's wrong. There you have it. Too bad for you, pal. Ugh. If our agreement was founded on lies, then I have no duty to hand over my curse stone like I promised. Meaning the only curse stone you have is the Whispering Canal. And it inevitably follows that you used it to kill that young man at Kinshibori Park. Such a horrible act, and to your own employee no less. No, there you are mistaken. To be entirely frank with you, we do not possess a single curse stone. What? We plan to collect soul drugs using any method available to us, of course, as we needed the right. But committing murder ourselves was too much of a risk. We intended on having others collect the soul drugs for us. Is that so? Therefore, I myself have no soul drugs in my possessions. It was our plan to arrange for particularly greedy individuals to receive the curses. What? It is possible Sogo Okie came to possess the Whispering Canal because of that. But by the time I became aware of this, he was already dead. I don't believe you. Are you really trying to talk your way out of this now? Or do you really want me to believe a Hyaku employee was cursed by complete coincidence? That is the truth, whether you believe me or not. It must have been someone else entirely who took Sogo Okiya's stone and killed him. I have no idea whatsoever whose hand the Whispering Canal is and now, nor where it may be. Or could it really be? Then it wasn't Hyaku who put the idea in Fumichika Nejima's head to get a curse stone either. Nejima? The only one we've negotiated with are Iwai and Araishi. Same, because Iwai is his follower, right? Interesting. Excuse me, but does that mean you don't know the location of the remaining curse stones either? There's one that hasn't been mentioned. What about the Taiko of Sugaru? Oh, good question, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'm afraid we have no information in that regard either. Have you heard about the curse stones? I have nothing else to tell you. Yo, what do you think about it? And you know about the records of Fate Yin Scroll too, don't you? If you were researching the Rite of Resurrection in the records of Fates, then you must have looked into the Yin Scroll as well. That's right, the records of Fates alone wasn't enough to learn how to collect soul drugs. I'm sure you look into many things on your own, but how much do you actually know? Who and where Seiman Tsuchimikado's descendants are? Were you able to find that sort of information with Gamyodo's connection? I can't reveal that. Then would you prefer I expose to the public how Gamyodo is a fraud with almost zero spirit sense? Ugh. Fine, I understand. From the result of our independent research, I found that Seiman Tsuchimikado's descendant was Hajime Yoshimi. What? So that's why you went after Hajime. However, Hajime Yoshimi was only carrying a fragment of the whole. Fragment? That's right, he did say something about a fragment of an old manuscript. The location of the Yin scroll was hidden. This information was split into two and hidden in a pair of talismans, which were then passed down from generation to generation. Ah, talismans, I see. Hajime Yoshimi was supposed to have one, but it was almost certainly stolen when he was killed. It is possible that he knew the location of the others as well. So that's why you questioned me about the things he had inherited. The girl Hajime had been helping recently must have had it then. Oh, Michio's talisman. Yes, Michio Shiraishi was also likely a descendant of Seiman Tsuchimikado. What? The talisman she carried as a keepsake from her father. We searched for it based on Mrs. Chozawa's memories. However, Michio Shiraishi was already dead. Yes, by coincidence, she happened to be closely connected to Mr. Iwai. So we began our investigation there. But he was already dead too, leaving you in a quandary. I see. Mio, if we can get both of the talismans, yep, we'll know the location of the record of Fate's Yin scroll. Oh, sometimes the answer is right under your nose. Sometimes those answers are the hardest to find. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. What is it, mademoiselle? Would you be willing to give up the curse stone you have? Ah yes, you have a point. They're too dangerous to carelessly walk around with in one's pocket. However, sorry to disappoint you, that's not possible at the moment. And why is that? Ah, you don't know, do you? Then I'll tell both of you and our friend from Hiyako over there. I doubt any of you have attempted it yet. But it seems that curse stones cannot be given to normal people. Huh? What? What do you mean by that? I actually tested it with the madam here earlier. Even if you get the curse stone to someone else, the curse bearer doesn't change, and the stone eventually makes its way back to the bearer. It's almost obvious when you think about it, seeing as how the curse stone appeared to the curse bearer of their own accord to begin with. But Inspector Tsutsumi has collected curse stones from the other curse bearers. Then Inspector Tsutsumi must be a curse bearer himself. Ah. So, from what you're saying, curse stones can only be transferred between curse bearers. And obtaining a curse stone alone doesn't make someone a curse bearer, so they can't use its curse? Exactly, so they aren't quite as dangerous as you think. As for Hiyako's intention of just collecting the curse stones for themselves, unfortunately for them, it was never going to work unless there's a curse bearer among them. The damn Araishi, how could he not know about this? That must be why I sensed that I couldn't take Yako's curse stone. I returned it right away when I borrowed it from her earlier. That's precisely how it works, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'll give mine directly to Inspector Tsutsumi later. If you know Inspector Tsutsumi, then I think that's the best. Thank you. Done? Fine, I'll let someone else ask you something for now. Oh? How about this guy? He's clearly shaken by all this. It feels like he's desperately racking his brain far away to get out of this. It's almost hard to watch. Beyond? Yako, let's keep quiet about the location of the talisman for now, okay? Alright, no need for Yumioka to know. That was a close one. I almost let it slip. Okay, I think that's about all we have to ask him. We will let you off for today since you went along with all our questions nicely. A pleasure working with you. We're done here. But the information you have... The hell are you whining about? I said we're done, so scram! Scary lady. That's all our business as well, so I shall be bidding you all farewell. Yes, right. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. Please don't forget about that curse stone. Don't you fret. I'll hand it over to Inspector Tsutsumi like I promised. I'm glad I didn't end up having to give it to that Yumioka. We'll take our leave, madam. With this, we'll be freed from this troublesome curse ourselves. We have to talk about Hitomi, that lady and the investigator. We should keep an eye on them. Agreed. Really? Why? I think they're up to something. Just my intuition, but still. Well, I wonder what that investigator really wanted out of all this. If his goal was getting information about the curse stones, then this might be bad. Oh right, I got one of those curse stones too, the beckoning light. Alright, if you wouldn't mind, would you give it to Inspector Tsutsumi without using it? Yeah, sure, if you introduce me to the cop, that is. I feel like if I keep carrying it around me, I'll start getting some weird ideas too. I just remembered. Nayu, I have something important to tell you. Whoa, what's with all the yelling all of a sudden? You know a girl named Hitomi Okuda, don't you? Really? Hitomi has Hajime's talisman? Yes, he entrusted it to her in a panic just before his death. He sensed an imminent crisis closing in on him, but Hitomi was the only one around that he could ask for help. That's so. I'm sorry she got left with such a big responsibility. That must mean that Hajime got killed by someone who was after that talisman. But since he gave it to someone else, they couldn't steal it like they wanted. I'll have to thank Hitomi for that. I also think it's going to be hard for us to get her to give up the talisman. Yeah, you may be right. It was Hajime's dying request to her. So you two need the talisman for something? Yeah. Personally, I'd like to use the talisman as bait. Then I could get my hands on the bastard that killed Hajime. Please, I promise, we'll uncover the mastermind behind all this. They probably have supernatural abilities at their disposal. Please leave them to us. Yeah, we'll catch them, don't worry. Well, look at that. You've got that look in your eyes. The look that young people get that says they'll get something done no matter what it takes. How am I supposed to say no to that? You gotta find them and give them what they deserve for what they did for my Hajime, you hear? We will. I'm pretty mad at them myself. If punches work on them, I'll give them a good one. Now that I can get behind, I'll leave it to you too. Now then, your next move should be to find Hitomi and get that talisman. Though isn't there one more talisman that you need? Right, but we've got a pretty good idea of where the one Michio had is. We'll have to check in with Inspector Tsutsumi about that. We should go back to the school and call him. You got it. Okay, I'll head to the high school now and wait for you there. Perfect. Where's the Whispering Canal stone? Okay. You know, I have one as well. Last resort. You do? Even if we don't steal another curse stone, I already have my own. If it becomes necessary, I'm prepared to use this. Huh? Do you think it might be possible that she has one on her own too? But that she despises the idea of using it to kill others, so instead she means to steal a curse stone with soul dregs already in it. It doesn't contradict anything we know. She lives nearby, which means she might have the Taiko of Sugaru curse stone. We still don't know much about that one. Richard? That last resort I spoke of. It could be our chance. We can use her. I heard you loud and clear. Manhunt. From HQ to all unit, officer has discovered the residence of paroled offender Rumchika Nejima, currently wanted under suspicion of criminal threat. Suspect escaped his residence prior to officer's arrival and is now at large in Sumida City. Suspect is thought to be fleeing on foot. All bureau are instructed to pursue, ensuring that he does not take refuge indoors. Furthermore, suspect is believed to possess a weapon capable of causing large-scale casualties. All officers are instructed to exercise extreme caution in their pursuit, remaining vigilant for signs of explosives and poison gas. Oh, there's one here. I can sense it. Sorry boss, I tracked down Nejima's safe house, but he left it just before we got there. Not your fault, we should have known he'd be on the lookouts for us. We've got officers all around town, it's only a matter of time before we back him. Can sense it. Yes. There's something about a lottery and jackpot. There's maybe one I miss, ringing a telephone booth and visiting the park at night. The rest of the town's crawling with police, but there's practically no one here. We've been running ourselves ragged all day. It's nice to finally stop and catch our breath. Catch our breath? There's not time for that. Oh, I changed my shirt, boss. No need for the BO check. The hell? Why would I try to sniff your pit stink? Wait, is that not what you were doing? I don't know where you got that idea, but you can put it right back where it came from. I'll get you in the mood for a good whiff someday, boss. I'll take my career on it. Hell no, not even for your career. So boss, what are you doing here anyway? I figured Nejima might show up. Call it a hunch, but he used this place as a hideout 20 years ago. Fair enough, but will he even remember it after so long? Yes, he might. Remember that mock shot of Nejima we circulated? I think it was from when he got out of parole, but except for a few wrinkles, he looked just like he did 20 years ago. Yeah, no idea how he kept up that weight on a prison diet. That's a stroke of luck though, isn't it? I mean, it'll be easy to spot. See, there's something bothering me about it. We've got every officer in the area looking for him, but no one's seen a damn thing. Which makes me wonder, what if we're looking for the wrong face? You mean he's slimmed down? But it's only been half a year since he met parole. Could he really have lost that much weight in just 6 months? Yeah, he could. Well, he must look different enough that no one recognized him when he started working at Komagata High. Good point, but that means the photo we've got is useless. Yes, it is. Why didn't just circulate the photo from the high school when he worked at the high school? I know we didn't see anyone when we looked around before, but maybe we should check again. Don't bother, it's only been a few minutes. Let's take a second to sit and think. Break time it is. No, it isn't. Isn't this where Hajime was killed? Hey boss, I think I heard something coming from the bushes around there. You sure it ain't the wind? Hello, is anybody there? Well, I'll be damned. Hey you, let me ask you something. And how can I help you to find Jens? That's exactly him. That's exactly him. What are you talking about? What is this game? Huh? Do I know you? I could swear I've seen you somewhere before. Afraid you ain't gonna charm anyone with that tired outline, sir. Not even this old-timer. Playing hard to get, my mistake. Anyways, what's your business here? Just enjoying a moment to myself since I've got the day off. I like it here, it's peaceful. We're looking for someone. Mind if we ask you some questions? Sounds like a lucky man, sir, to have a strapping gent like yourself after him. This one's business, not pleasures. I've dedicated my life to putting this guy behind bars. You can say that again. Boss put in so many hours, even his wife and kid left him. Enough, you set him off. Sorry to hear that, sir, but if you glared at them like that all day, I can't say I blame them. Oh, that's it. The guy I'm after used to laugh just like that. You sure you haven't seen him? No, sir. Don't know anyone like that, sir. If he laugh like that, he must be bad to the bone. He's a nasty piece of work, alright, but maybe he can still do the right thing. You'd like to think so, eh? Ario, call for backup. You mean that's him? Yeah, that's him. What are you talking about, Ario? Crap, he's running away. Wait. I'll go after him. You get back up. Okay, I'm on it. Suspect has been sighted in the former Yasuda Gardens and is fleeing towards Komagata Bridge. Ario, go the long way around. We'll trap him on the bridge. Got it. Give it up, Nejima. You're surrounded. There's no way out. Hey now, you're really gonna pull that thing on poor old me? When did the boys in blue get so trigger happy around unarmed civilians? Unarmed my ass. We know that the curse you're packing is capable of. But we also know it can do shit in daylight, so give it up and come quietly. Can do shit in daylight, eh? What do you think I am, some third-rate amateur? I'm a goddamn black magician. No way, can black magic really do that? Like hell it can, he's pulling that out of his ass. Black magic is from the west, and these curses are Japanese. They don't have anything to do with each other. Besides, if we could use the curses while the sun was up, he wouldn't have given us till dusk. Oh, nice of you to take me off my word on that. Now that Iwa is out of picture, I'm shit out of options. Good to know. Sounds like it won't take much to get you to give up. Careful now, I might just be desperate enough to try something. And the kid over there might just be desperate enough to shoot. Bit of a wild card, huh? Folks are starting to gather, that's no surprise, given the scene we're causing. But if Nejima's packing explosive, he won't need a curse to cause a bloodbath. These idiots needs to get out of here, but they won't listen. Why do rubberneckers always have balls of steel? Damn, his hands are starting to shake. Being face to face with Nejima must be getting to him. I have every confidence he wants, but God, I hope he doesn't crack under pressure and fire. Nejima looks nothing at all like I remembered him. Did he really starve himself skinny just for this? Is he that hellbent on revenge? I know he can pull off what he's threatening, but we can't be too cautious here. And if we try to take him down by force, things could get sticky. If I keep him talking, maybe I can get him to drop his guard, or even talk him down. I just have to be careful not to provoke him. Best case scenario is when we get him in cuffs. Next best is we steal his curse stone. Either way, I need to get some ideas of how his curse works, or I'll be flying blind. If you wanna talk, I'll talk, but first you gotta put that thing down. I can't think straight with the gun in my face. Not a chance. Not a chance. Fine. Fine, Arya put the gun away. Alright. But I'm ready to tackle him if he makes any sudden moves. Be my guest. Thank you, Carly. I can breathe a little easier now. Don't you take your eyes off this guy just for a second, Ariel. Ariel, got it! About his curse. You have the curse down of the one-sided read. Of course I do. Take a look. Ooh. That's it, alright. Whoops, better put it somewhere safe. Wouldn't want something to happen to it. How did you find out about the curse stones? They don't have anything to do with black magic. Someone else turned you on into them, didn't they? That puffed up teacher Araishi couldn't shut up about them. He's desperate for a chance to flaunt his smarts. All I had to do was act impressed. That still doesn't explain how you learn so much so fast. Curses and black magic ain't as different as you seem to think. As far as I'm concerned, they're just two ways of harnessing paranormal powers. You're sure there isn't more to it? All that matters is whether the power is the real deal. And this curse is very real, as you well know. Joke's on you, Nejima. Don't you know the one-sided read is a fake dropped in with the rest? Oh, give it a rest. I've tested it myself. You use that thing on people? Son of a bitch. When something this special falls into your laps, you gotta take it for a spin. I'm just good at covering my tracks. Good enough not to get caught at least. Let me guess, you're back to your old tricks? Attacking schoolgirls in the middle of the night? So you know about that, huh? One of the brats put up a fight. Bought enough time for the other one to get away. So I went ahead and called it quits. Sounds like your curse is a real pain to set off. Nah, I had that sort of way beforehand, but you pulled some kind of spirit bullshit on me. I would have just gotten the little bitch eventually, I just didn't have the time. Way beforehand, huh? Interesting. If you think puzzling out my curse is gonna help, don't bother. Why not? Because you won't be able to do shit about it either way. I'll let you in on a secret. I could fuck a good few hundred people right now if I wanted to. A few hundred? Yeah, you're getting it. I could kill any one of them at any time. Then I guess we got ourselves a situation. You're telling me your curse can kill people you can't even see? Seems a bit unfair. If you really can't do that, why did you even bother showing up in person last night? I wanted to make sure the curse worked, and I figured I need to clean up after. What? You seriously got your curse locked into several hundred people? That's one hell of a curse stone you're packing. This thing's sure ain't made equal. And of course you got the nasty one, of all the shitty luck. I'm told I pulled a good one. Told? By who? Oops, I said too much. I knew it, someone fed you all this information. I don't know what you're talking about. That massacre you told me about on the phone, did you mean it? Every word. Don't you worry, soon you'll have the case of a lifetime. Oh yeah? And how you're gonna pull it off? Like I'm gonna tell you, dumbass. But I'll give you one thing for free. I never had to wait till sundown. I just wanted to make sure you really hate me for this. Pretty sure I hate you plenty already. That ain't shit. I need more hatred out of you. More, and more. Needy son of a bitch, ain't you? What's it been, Ejima? 20 years you've been studying black magic? And now you're just giving it all up for Eastern curses. I didn't have you down for a cheater. Hey now, black magic screwed me over first. You can't blame a man for going with a girl who can't meet his needs. What? Screwed you over? How? Because your resurrection ritual didn't work? That was the real point of the murders, wasn't it? Must have been rough putting in all that work for no payoff. Imagine my surprise when I finally found out what you were really after. Now you're trying again with the Rite of Resurrection, taking the chance to spit in my eye while you do it. Tell me, Nejima, who is it you want to resurrect so damn bad? Who is it you've spent 20 years chasing? It's the mother of that baby, ain't you? You had a partner, and though you never put a ring to her, the two of you had a kid. But then she died. Maybe she got sick? Maybe she got into an accident. But either way, she left you and the kid all alone in the world. Tell me I'm wrong, Nejima. It's her you're trying to bring back, isn't it? I've seen so for myself just how many folks are pining their hopes on this rite of resurrection. And I can tell you this, it ain't natural, and it ain't gonna lead to anything good. So, if all you ever need was someone to help you deal with the pain, then... God, you're so fucking stupid. Huh? Is that really what you think? That's hilarious! You don't know a goddamn thing! What? Damn it, for a second there, I really thought you were gonna talk him down, boss. Listen up, child. I'll tell you what really happened 20 years ago. What really happened? You got hold of it right. I did have a loving girl back once, sweet as could be. She knows what she went by, though I couldn't tell you if that was her real name. Don't know where she came from either. She traveled, I think. Might have been an angel for all I know. She sure seemed like one to me. But then she got sick, and just like that, she was gone. My guess is it was the pollution, but I never knew for sure. Couldn't afford a decent doctor. My life after that was a living hell. Until I found this grimoire in an old bookstore. A grimoire, huh? It told of a resurrection ritual, black magic that could bring Shino back. Not exactly. See, you said the ritual didn't work. You said it yourself, black magic screwed you over. Oh, it screwed me alright. But it worked just fine. What's that supposed to mean? See, the ritual doesn't bring the person back as they were when they died. It works like resurrection. Rebirth. Rebirth? Wait. Hell no! You mean that baby? Damn right, the resurrection ritual brought Shino back to me as a fucking baby. You gotta be fucking kidding me! You're telling me that wasn't her kid? That was her in the flash? The hell I am! That little brat was not my Shino. Her mind was gone, she was totally helpless. She didn't even know who I was. Her warm arms, her gentle voice, gone. There wasn't a damn thing left of her. What the hell did you expect? She was a baby! What is this? If you really care about her, you would have grown some balls and acted like a father. Fuck that! I snatched sacrifices off the street for her, chopped them to pieces for her, and that's what I get? A screaming little bundle of shit and piss? That wasn't my Shino. Give me back her softness, give me back her warmth, give her back to me. So you just left the baby to die? I knew you were scum, but you really are the lowest of the low. Look me in the eye and tell me that if your wife turned into a baby, you love her just like the same. No, you're not. What is this conversation? And what is this music? It's too dramatic. Far way too dramatic. How could I do that when I couldn't even be sure it was really her? Yeah, I get it. I get that you're human garbage who doesn't care about anyone but himself. So now you're going after the Red of Resurrection in the hopes you'll get luckier this time. Lucky doesn't come into it. The rite really works. There's proof. What? There's proof? And what happens if you get the same result? If your Shino comes back as baby again? Gah! Shut up. Don't you put that lie in my head. It will work this time. It has to. That's a line I could never imagine I would read. Still single after 30, Fumichika tried performing a black magic ritual to summon a partner soon after he met a woman who called herself Shino. Though her real names remain unknown, Shino had left her hometown in the countryside where she had no family or work to support her and somehow made it to Tokyo while earning a meager daily wage. When she met Fumichika, she was haggard and on the verge of starvation. Fumichika, who felt a connection with Shino due to a ritual, decided to take her into his home and let her live there. Both of them, having lived alone for most of their lives, the two turned to be a perfect match. Shino gradually recovered, but still was not strong enough to work. Fumichika was by no means a skilled businessman, and their lives were far from financially secure. But Shino, who had experienced wartime Japan... What? Shino experienced wartime Japan? What? Was simply content to have food on the table to eat every day. The two spent their days together, poor but happy to be by each other's side. Several years later, Shino's condition took a severe turn for the worse. The local doctors could offer them no help, and without enough money to take Shino to a major hospital, Fumichika resorted to using black magic to heal her. However, it was of no use and she passed away at their home. Her final words were, "I'm sorry, I must go first. I'll leave the rest to you." Fumichika plunged into intense despair. He drank and ate everything he could to distract himself, which caused him to rapidly gain weight. After a while, when he was finally able to walk around town once more, he found himself drawn into an antique bookstore, within which he found a grimoire he had never laid eyes on before. The grimoire contained detailed instruction on how to perform a resurrection through black magic. The rite required the dismemberment and sacrifice of a young woman, but this great cause only served to convince Fumichika that this would be the spell that would finally work. He embraced the grimoire and let its depictions of black magic consume his heart more than ever before. Fumichika then found a destitute woman in town who was on the verge of collapse, brought her to a basement warehouse, and performed the ritual sacrifice. However, it had no effect. Thinking that his own hesitation had got in the way, he was swift to perform the ritual again. But it still proved fruitless. He repeated this process 4 times in total. Each time he dismembered the body into small pieces and dumped them into the filthy Sumida River, where they never found. While cleaning up after his 4th kill, a disappointed Fumichika noticed an emaciated baby nearby. Could it have been Shino? The fuck? It doesn't matter, I'm through with black magic. Is that why you gave your grimoire to Iwai? I figured he could use it. I put a lot of work into getting him to believe that sort of stuff. I knew it, someone fed you all this info. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not done, just wait till you see what I've got in store for what you really care about. You should be quacking in your fucking boots. It's not gonna happen. She's got enough to worry about without your sorry ass getting in her hair. That's not more like it. No, that's more like it. Here's the face I wanted to see. That's the stuff. I'm a man of my word, as you're about to find out. Fine then, keep your mouth shut, but I do know one thing. All that about being able to use your curse during the day is bullshit, just a bluff. Oh, is that what you think? You're back on the wall, and you still haven't used your curse. If you really could pull the plug at any time, you'd have done it by now. Now there's the Sutsumi I know. If I admit it, it's exactly like you said. If I could've used my curse, I would've. So I did. What? There should be a few new corpses around the city right about now. You sure you should be pointing guns at me when people are dying across the city? What? When did you? Hey Ario, get someone to check that out. Just don't take your eyes off Nejima. Aye boss. Hey, I need someone over there, and there's Ayame Tono right there. Yeah, that's right, get to earning that paycheck. If you don't see them soon, there'll be plenty more on the way. However, will you get out of this mess? The longer you keep me here, the more people die. That's blood on your hands. Bullshit, you're bluffing. Think what you like, you'll see soon enough. I could spin around like this. So there's maybe a chicken sticker around here. Wait, is it wise to see behind us while on a showdown? Huh? What the? Whoa, back up. The hell is she doing here? Crap, our eyes just met. This is bad, real bad. Why she have to pick now of all times? Get out of here, damn it. Book it before he sees you. But I need to ask her about Namigaki, shit. Boss, where are you doing? Where are you doing? Looking all over the place. Focus. Damn it! That's it. That's why I said, is it wise? Ayame got away. Ayame Tono, I've been looking for you for a very long time. Dad? Ayame, don't you dare, you bastard! Get away from her! Get off, you're hurting me. Stay right where you are or she dies. Hey, get back here. Make me see you run, dumb fucks. Whoa! That piece of shit took Ayame hostage and ran off with her. After him, we can't let him get away. From HQ to all bureaus, suspect has evaded capture at Komagata Bridge and remained at large. He is currently on the run with one female hostage. I gotta say, boss, we really screwed that one up. Yeah, we did. It's my fault. All we can do now is hope he doesn't slip the net. You know his identity now, boss. He can't run forever. Come on, keep your chin up. I'm sure the hostage will be alright. I hope so. Can't believe that was your daughter. How crazy is that? Yeah, we've been trying to get a hold of her since this morning and she just shows up here? Who would have thought? What a twist of fate. Yeah, a bit too twisted of a twist for my liking. I think you need a breather, boss. You're not making sense. Does this mean she was the one in the car with Namigaki? No, we don't know that yet. Let's see what she has to say before we jump to any conclusions. You sound tired, boss. That standoff must have really done a number on you. Come on, let's treat ourselves to some Mitsumame. They'll put a spring in your step. Yeah, that sounds good. Some sugar might be just what I need to get my brain working. Well, hold on, boss. Sounds like Patrol just got a message. I'll go check it out. Sure thing. Please be a good news, please be good news. Good news, boss, they found Nejima. No shit, what about the hostage? I don't know, they just said to come quick. What? Damn it, we guess we'll find out when we get there. Makoto Ashimiya, or known as Fumchika Nejima, was discovered in the former Yasuda Gardens, beaten to death. The body suffered 110 distinct instances of blunt force trauma. The case is being treated as a homicide. The deceased's possession has not been recovered and appears to have been taken post-mortem. The location of the deceased female hostage remains unclear. Police continue to pursue her as a person of interest. That's the curse. So the curse is usable on daylight.